Assalamu alaikum. I hope you are well today. Today, I am welcoming you to the Chronicles of a Super Chick. And this name came about only because a lot of the sisters actually related to a lot of the things I was talking about. I think that there wasn't enough support system in place back in our times to help us enhance our creativity, like way of learning, you could say. That's the only way I can really put it, because we wouldn't be holding so much trauma with everything else in our life if we actually were not being forced to learn a certain way. So just imagine, like, if your brain works a certain way, right, from a very young age, and the education system, wherever you're going, you're being forced, right, to learn this particular way. You're already got a subconscious trauma there. I'll tell you how. Because in your head, you're already not able to process the information the way you're being taught. That was already the indicator for you that you don't take information like this. Yeah. So when people keep coming to you, pushing that information in your face in a way that you don't respond and don't know how to respond, it's already creating a lot of problems for you and creating a lot of conflict inside you. It's creating a lot of negative impact in your mind and body. It affects you so much that you think there is something wrong with you. Okay, it starts from a very young age. The thing is, obviously, this is not about blame. This is not about, who could have done what and, all that stuff. No, this is not what my intention is. My intention is that we can still do something about it now. We can still re-educate, rewire, and reteach ourselves things. It will take slightly longer, but there is always hope. I think 100% our parents did try their best, and I feel my parents did go way and beyond. They did put us in, like, just the history quickly, like they did put us like in Central Mosque weekend classes. They did even take us to summer schools in the Central Mosque. There was so much going on back then in our time, trust me, so much activity that was going on. And also my parents did put us in the Islamia school, which was actually the only one established school back then, which Yusuf Islam opened up. And for my mom and dad, that was like the biggest achievement they did. And they had high expectations. It's only natural they had that high expectation of us. I was the oldest, so my parents did expect a lot more of me, but I couldn't live up to the standards, and I couldn't live up to what they wanted from me. And I think for a very long time, I couldn't look at myself, because I was such I felt like such a disappointment to them. Like, when people make that joke about you're either too halal for the haram or you're too haram for the halal, trust me, back in our time when we were the only few like going, and then families who are that practicing, they'll come and say, oh, you go to Islamic school, you should know better, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. And we're like 8 years old, man, like, please leave us alone. Like, and then the one who's practicing will be like, oh, she's not praying properly, or her hijab is not like innocent enough. I don't know what that means, by the way, but you know what I mean. Like, we were just not like perfect enough, in this world. And it was just so hard to live up to. And again, like, if I'm taking time processing things a certain way, I found it even more harder to live up to that standard, because like, you're being bombarded with like Habil and Kabil stories. Like, yeah, I definitely felt like a Kabil then, with my sister, the goody tissue Habil. Sorry, but that's the reality of how I felt. Like, I was just not good enough. And obviously I want to keep things lighthearted. I don't want to get too emotional. Today's just an outline to everything, and a quick introduction as well. My name is Fatima Alauddin. I have been known as Artistic Alauddin because of my artwork. I am a self-taught artist for a very long time, and I am a certified cupping therapist for the past 10 years, which has opened my eyes to like natural holistic remedies, like, unbelievably. Like, I have done nothing but put my children in, giving them like private medication, and I have done nothing but make sure I get my children the right support and like diagnosis for everything that they've been going through. Because I think the most important thing for me today, I would like to say, is that I I feel so like upset with the education system sometimes and how they don't always cater for some of our children. But I also know that if you ground your children to feel stable and content with themselves, and you can see I get emotional about that because that's all I strive for in the end. You know, that's the most important thing for me. Everything else will fall into place. Okay, they will learn sooner or later the ABC. Don't worry about it. What you need to worry about now is your child feeling safe, not insecure. You know, like, so what if they don't know ABCD right now? Just, you know, make them feel grounded in who they are, how they like to see things, and how they like to see the world. If they learn a particular way, play with them, enjoy with them, have fun with them, chill out is what I say. When their time comes where you see that they can be channeled and they can be challenged, you're naturally going to pick up on it, because I've seen it even with Arifa. She's like a few years back from all her classmates, but you know, sometimes when I see her, she clocked onto a particular, like tajweed, for instance, I'm giving an example. I feel, you know what, today I've got something I can work with, you know, something tangible I can do with her. And it's exciting then. But when a child hasn't got that real, like, they don't really know like where they're going with their learning and stuff. Sometimes she'll get algebra, but she won't be able to sit and do the really easy stuff. You get me? So it's just taking time to like give them the space to grow, and inshallah in their own way they're gonna get where they need to get. I mean, my son Ubaidah has, you know, somehow passed his GCSE and somehow got to uni, and you know, alhamdulillah, I pray to Allah, you know, he has passed, and you know, he can go and do other things he likes. He's doing very well in like being very entrepreneurial, you know, that's his, like, this is how he is. He's like me. He wants to do like very entrepreneurial stuff, work for himself. He wants to, you know, like he doesn't want to work for somebody else, you know, like he wants that freedom. He's very, very like driven like that. And because of the positive mindset, he's not got as much as fear as me. Like all the fear that's been built up through my young age, what I'm trying to battle, half the time I'm stopping me from excelling and succeeding and doing half the things. I could have been so many things in my life if I wanted to, but the fear is stopping me from getting there. Whereas with my son, alhamdulillah, he doesn't have to hold that burden, and he's getting there way faster maybe than me, you know. Allah, alhamdulillah, may Allah, you know, help them. But the emotional process of certain things, he takes a lot longer to take, like, you know, he making friends, being in like social gatherings or certain things like that. He's not matured that way, if that makes sense. I think I've kind of talked about about myself a little bit, and inshallah I will talk more. If there's anything particular you want me to talk about, please do let me know. Yeah, take care of yourself.